is not something that you want to really lose. You need to continue that gas count. T-Tanks and Thors are so hard to come by. It takes minutes for you just to get a single Thor. So losing 5 of them.
Thor is exactly 1 minute.
It's exactly 1 minute, but the gas. Okay? The gas. Okay. It's 200 gas. You only mine like 200 gas in a single minute off of a base. So you're actually saying, my whole base is committed to making this Thor. For a minute, man.
I feel you. It makes sense.
Look what we have from Targa.
Very early pool once again. By the way, the map intro was Ohana, guys, but it's Metropolis. We're going for game number 2. Metropolis still in our map pool. We haven't actually seen too many Metropolis games, Andre. So our statistics are still pretty one-sided. Nevertheless, we see Ryung looks like he's going to go for another quick command center, and this is exactly what Targa wants. He's playing right into his hands.
Oh, yeah. Targa could reap the benefits right here. He does go ahead and scout that command center. And the Overlord actually has a wider scouting radius, so it enables Targa to see his opponent, but his opponent does not see him. So you're going to see now this one drone, and it's going to block this barracks from going down. He sees the command center, and he's so happy at this point.
Yeah, and that's going to make Ryung's life very difficult. Although it is Metropolis, the distances are a little bit large. Ryung needs to also get the repair down. Depends on what the Zerglings choose to target, but it's going to be a little bit tricky for Ryung to hold it because it's going to be a while before he gets any kind of Marines out.
Yeah. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Oh, look at that. Targa used the extractor trick at Ryung's Geyser in order to squeeze out another pair of Zerglings and a Queen. That's actually kind of cool.
And now the Zerglings are seen.
SEV. That is not good news at all.
No, it's not. The barracks need to go up. It's 100% the most important building right now, and he's focusing on it. Now, it does look like it's not DPSing down quite enough.
It's not fast enough.
Ryung should be able to hold this off like easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah, although now he's able to get it out.
Just pull your SCVs, Ryung.
Yeah. Well, the drone's trying to work on it as well. One Marine is coming out. Nice little target fire as well. Barracks going on fire, then cooling down, then going back on fire and cooling down. This is...
It don't matter how many Zerglings you have,
This one
Targa.
Marine's got a big order. Wow, Targa doing this pretty well, pulling back the weak Zerglings. Wow, this Marine must feel like an utter failure. He has no kills at all. In fact, his second Marine has 2 kills, and this Marine still has no kills. Man, this Marine is like every single Marine in the movies, man, that just never seems to be able to hit all of his targets. He's just like, wow, you are the worst villains of all time. You always miss your shots.
Poor Marine. That was Billy, man. That most certainly was.
Billy.
That was an awesome defense.
Yeah, very well done. I mean, it was really cool from Targa 2 to pull the weak Zerglings away and try to make a good amount of efficiency, but Ryung is very far ahead now.
And what can Targa really do?
Just, I guess, play from behind. That's what he only can do. There's no way for him to force himself up the ramp. He can try to go for a huge 2-base attack again, but it's like with a Baneling bust, but I feel like Ryung is already on very cautious. When you're in this position, Andre, and you know you're very far ahead, you're just going to take a little bit more safer precautions, you know? Like you can see Ryung's going for a starport, and that's such a smart move because it's like, well, he shouldn't be able to get that strong of an economy. He can't really afford to get spores out if I choose to go for Banshees from here.
At this point in time, when you're Terran and you're so far ahead, you actually say to yourself, do I die to something like roaches and Zerglings? If it's yes, you make sure you have the proper defense. If it's no, then you say, okay, how can I really utilize my advantage now? And as you said it, Starport is just such an important tech. It's such a smart tech. It really throws his opponent off quite a bit because it basically says you can never get 3 bases. Like, your creep spread won't be that far. You can't get your queens there. And even if you do get your queens, my Hellion plus Banshee composition should be a lot better than yours.
Their command center from Ryung. Oh, my.
Wow.
Really wants to, I guess, play everything as if nothing... He's playing as if this game never happened. Or sorry, the opening never happened. Because, you know, from this point, I don't actually go for third command center because I feel like they want to follow with more aggression. And so I usually go for a couple more barracks, or in this case, drop an extra factory, squeeze out a couple more units. But Ryung just, I guess he's guessing that his opponent is going to play macro, which is what Ryung, or what Targa is planning to do. He wanted to go for a third base, but a good denial there.
And Targa really hasn't shown anything just yet. You can see double extractor going down at the main. He definitely did that in game number 1. But Ryung getting in here with two Hellions now. And about to be one up.
Wow. Oh, wow. Targa's not even bothered playing from too far behind. GG gets called. A little bit surprising, but Targa does have that kind of tendency. If he feels like he's going to be behind, it's not even bother worth his time. Ryung takes game number 2. Quick 2-0 for him, but I actually still was kind of impressed with what Targa was able to do in game number 1. And I don't think his record is very reflective of his skill at all, as Targa now falls 1-6, almost securing his exit out of North American Star League. Ryung is now 4-4. He's done for the season, at least in terms of his record indicates. And I don't know if he's necessarily going to make the wild cards. That depends on whether or not people are moving up or down on this division. And it depends on the next couple of games. But Ryung at least secured his spot for next season, assuming we keep the same format. That game of series was brought to you by Audible.com. Download a bestseller at nasl.tv/p/audible. For a limited time special offer. Check it out while we take a quick break and gather ourselves for our next series, as well as Andre's trick tips. I'm looking forward to what you have to say, Andre. Our next match was actually Sheth versus Vive. I don't know why we didn't tease that. It's all right, guys. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. More action coming up next.